There was a holiday feeling in Freetown, capital of Sierra Leone, as Independence Day drew near. Divine service on the previous Sunday in St. George's Cathedral was a Thanksgiving, at which the Archbishop of York officiated.
Dear Sierra Leoneans, wake up. Since April 27, 1961, our country has been through a lot. But I'm just grateful for the things we've overcome as citizens, because I never thought we'd reach this far through these decades of maintenance. The Athens of West Africa has already clocked 61. That's 6 decades and over, not 6 hours or 6 days. It's decades of long suffering, decades of trials and tribulations, and we will never forget the decade of bloody and brutal civil war. Bloody civil war that resulted to the destruction of lives and properties, that leads to the death of young kings and queens, that leads to the death of our future leaders, that left thousands homeless and displaced, and the bloody civil war that turned ambitious minds into ill minds. Sierra Leone, the Lion Mountains, with total area of 71,740 kilometers square and an estimated population of over 7 million people. As small and tiny as we are in size and population, it has taken our leaders 60 years and counting in working on 4 projects: food, water, road, and electricity. Food to feed the people, water to sustain the people, road to connect the people, and electricity to light up for the people. 60 good years. Why can't they solve these problems once and for all? Is it that they're sleeping on these projects, or they not care at all? If a school-going pupil in our country attempted to the West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination and is unable to attain 5 credits out of 8 and is being classified to as failure, then I'm sorry I must say this, that our leaders are failures. Sierra Leone sounds beautiful, but probably there was a misconception about Leone that I believe has been one of the key factors that has led us backwards. What if our leaders and our people viewed it as lower instead of lower back then? Think about it, because each and every day, all I can see is our leaders working towards seeing our country go lower and lower. Our politicians grow 10 times larger than the country, its people, and its economy. They are sitting in positions to serve the people, but they are taking advantage of it. They are giving tax to do, but they are failing to accomplish those tasks. Instead, they engage in looting and squandering the country's economy, thereby depriving the people while they are living their best life, driving fancy cars, sleeping in accommodating homes, eating 3 square meals a day, and their children are attending the best schools both home and abroad. And they are moving about with the belief that they are wealthy. But get this, if that's what you do for living, you're not wealthy. Though you don't seem poor either to society, but understand this, you're a thief. I see no difference in you with our brothers stealing phones on the daily. It's just that you're being employed to be a thief while they are unemployed. And their unemployment is orchestrated by no other people but you, the politicians. With all these atrocities, our politicians go to bed sleeping comfortable with no regrets. Look around your neighborhood. Why must you sleep comfortable when hundreds of kids have to go to bed unfed on a daily? While hundreds of kids have to wake 5 a.m. in the morning to stand in the queue to fetch water before they go to school. While hundreds of graduates are unemployed. What's okay with your community that you must sleep comfortable? Our country is a joke. Someone will be fired after being found guilty for corruption and gets hired and will be promoted to a higher rank by the same people who fired them. Our country is a joke. If your tribe or region you belong into does not fit in with the system of government, you won't get hired. Our country is a joke. I've never seen a system designed to uplift the poor and put them in positions where they too can fend for themselves. It has always been the rich get richer and the poor gets poorer. It's a shame that our leaders continuously saying we're progressing. I'm just confused why some of my brothers and sisters hate on one another because of some goddamn politics. Sierra Leoneans, our election is fast approaching. Your vote is your right, but you must not misuse it. I want to encourage us all to stay out of violence and be ambassadors of peace. Let us demonstrate our democratic right to vote with peace and love. Sierra Leone is bigger than any politician. Sierra Leone is bigger than any political party. Don't engage in destroying state properties because of an election. Don't kill your brother because of color. We need not to walk through the path of violence in order to decide who to lead us. It is no coincidence we all have our own favorite candidate. But honestly, the best candidate we all can vote in is Sierra Leone. Vote Sierra Leone. Dear politicians, we know you've prepared and mastered your manifestos and fake promises to dish them out to us in 2023. But you must not forget to look deep into the manifestos and promises you made to us in 2018 and all the previous promises and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Your promises are bigger than your ambitions. Our leaders have never been ambitious for the success of our nation. It's about time we forget about manifestos and design a country plan which each and every politician elected must use. This is a plea to our politicians that are planning for their campaigns and rallies. It's a shame that when it comes to campaigns and rallies, drugs and alcohol are the only things you have to offer. Please stop using our youth by giving them drugs and alcohol during your campaign seasons, because it's damaging to their health and it's destroying the country's future. But instead, give them opportunities where they can be in positions to take care of themselves and their families. Dear Sierra Leoneans, wake up. It's not that we have eye glaucoma to not see the truth that we have been fooled. Fooled by the people who tell us that if a man speaks a language different from yours, he's not your brother. Fooled by the people who tell us that a Sierra Leonean from Northwest is your brother and one from Southeast not your brother. Fooled by the people who tell us that if a man wears a color that makes him look unique, you must not celebrate him because that color does not belong to your supporting organization. We have been divided, and division can lead us nowhere near to national development, but rather it's a threat to national peace. Our actions to stay divided are uninspiring. The sooner we realize that being together as one is all that we need, the better it will be for us all. Our problems in Sierra Leone are not beyond us. We need not a DNA test to prove to us that we are the fathers of our problem. Our backwardness is tied between tribalism, regionalism, corruption, hatred, and greed. Step 1 to solving these problems starts from our homes, and that goes to our everlasting teachers, our parents. Dear parents, the Holy Book says, train up a child in the way he should grow, and when he is old, he will never depart from it. The things you say to your kids are like a scar. They stick forever. Children of today are 100% aware of the things happening around them. Teach your kids to be good at all times. Teach your kids to love at all times and never to consider hatred as an option. Teach your kids to be disciplined, to be content, to be humble, and to be respectful. Teach your kids about corruption, tribalism, regionalism, and their effects in society. Our children are our future. They deserve the best of all education, not just to go to school. Doing so will put the future generations in a better position to be better than ours. In 2018, Sierra Leone was ranked 10th in the top 10 list of countries with least level of literacy with 43.21%. This has shown that education is a part of the problem, but it's not the only problem. Our so-called educational elites are also a big part of the problem. With all their professors, with all their PhDs, with all their double masters and degrees, what have they done so far while driving the bus? Our brothers and sisters are trying their best. Every year, thousands of students graduate from the university with flying colors. But is there any provision created for them? The answer is no. It aches my mind seeing my brothers and sisters sitting home 5 to 10 years after graduating doing nothing. They can't secure the dream jobs. You want to know why? The system is not designed for that. In our country, all walks of life, our dreams are being frustrated by the system. We need education, but please bear in mind that good education is essential for a well-run society. Our education system is weak. We need to add some quality in it. We need to learn these attributes that are not being taught in school. We need to learn the power to see the true potentials in people and give them the opportunity to showcase their craft. We need to learn the power to stand for what's right if it's right and what's wrong if it's wrong. The power to see people for who they truly are instead of what we think they are. Let us all come together, because together we'll create no room for hate, tribalism, regionalism, and corruption. Let us all come together for the change we always wanted, for the dreams we keep on dreaming, and for we deserve better. Our country will rise again. Despite all odds, being optimistic for change is all that we lean on. We hope that one day we will live together happily as one Sierra Leoneans, despite differences in gender, race, color, tribe, region, or religion. We hope that one day we'll decide who to lead us, not because of our own personal interest, but because one is capable. We hope that one day our leaders will build bridges and include the excluded instead of building barriers. Let's not strive only for our own interest, but that of the nation also. We can do this. Limitations live only in our minds, but if we use our imaginations, our possibilities become limitless. We are one people. We are one Sierra Leoneans. We all pledge allegiance to the green, whites, and blue stripes. Whether Muslim or Christian, Mende or Timni, Limba or Loko, young or old, we all must labor towards a strategy of peace, the kind of peace that makes life on earth worth living, the kind of peace that enables men and nations to grow and to hope and build a better life for their children. Let us all unite and make Sierra Leone a better place. This is our only home, and there is no place like home. We are better together, and together we will rise again. God bless Sierra Leone.
Papa no dey work, so mama no dey cook. We no get hope, not so God we dey look. Me want kanda, and me la joe I go book. Big fish I want see inside me soup. Papa no dey work, so mama no dey cook. We no get hope, not so God we dey look. Me want kanda, and me la joe I go book. Big fish I want see inside me soup.